Today we are going to work on our speaking task 3 for CELPIP speaking, and the task 3 is describing a scene. So you will be given a scene where you will see a large number of people. The scene can be a scene at a park, scene in a school, scene in the picnic, scene at a bus stop, which you are already seeing here, a scene in a restaurant. So a place where there are many people, that will be your picture. And you will see this static picture. And as you read, understand that there are 30 seconds for prep time and 60 seconds for speak time. This is a very comfortable question as long as you understand what I'm teaching you. It should not be taking more than 30 seconds to prepare. So I will be giving you all the elements that you need to work on, and then 60 seconds to record. Now, as we read the statement, it says describe some things. That is element number 1. Second is that are happening in the picture. That is the second element, what is happening in the picture. Below as well, as you can see. Now, the third element is the person with whom you are speaking cannot see the picture. So we will consider these 3 elements to understand that what is the requirement of a question in this task. So when it says describe something, so you don't know what some things do you want to describe. Some things do you want to describe only these kids, or this woman, or this lady with the dog, or these 2 gentlemen. So you don't know. You are being indecisive there. So in my master program, I tell my students that anything where you can take a good, confident stand is rule of 3. So when we are talking about some things, we can say, okay, 3 things. I'm going to describe three things that are happening in the picture. So happening is the second element. So are happening, this represents present continuous tense. So that means whatever is happening right now in the picture, you have to say using present continuous tense. So you can also say present continuous, they are standing, she is going, he is waiting. So simple present continuous tense primarily is am, are with ing. Now we do not have am here because I'm not in the picture, but we will be using is going, is waiting, is smiling, is standing, is walking, or are waiting, are talking to each other, are waiting. So basically we have ing with is and are. So these are the 2 elements that you need to understand. And then the most crucial thing that I always find is the person with whom you are talking or speaking cannot see the picture. Now, what is the situation? These days, let us say you are at a park and you see children playing, happy families, nice weather, and you just feel like clicking a picture and sharing it with your loved ones. So you click a picture and you send that picture to your mother, sister, brother, girlfriend, whatever, whosoever that person is, because you want to share that moment through the picture by sending it to the person you want to. So how much time do you take in taking the picture? Probably 3 seconds. And how much time do you send in taking a picture, sending the picture? Maybe another 3 seconds. So in 5-6 seconds, you have sent the picture. Maybe you are spending 2-3 seconds more to look at how you look like, how current colors look like, and you say, well, wow, what a nice picture. And you can quickly send. And when the picture is received by other person, how much time that person spends on that picture? Probably, again, 5 to 6 seconds. And then this is gone, and the next message comes, next picture comes, and that picture is gone. So neither are you able to describe your feelings, your emotions, and what you are seeing exactly there. What made you happy to take that picture? What is attracting your eyes there? Or maybe what interesting thing is happening there? You have no idea about that because you have the idea, but you are not able to, you have no idea how to express and tell it to the other person. And you took the second route, which is take a picture and send the picture. And the other person, the receiver, is also not paying attention to that, what was the purpose of the picture, what exactly you want to see in that picture, and you will just you will put a heart symbol or a thumb symbol, and then it's done. So over the period of time, with the coming of this technology and this phone, we have reduced our competency of describing things. And this is where describing a scene comes. Are you able to describe? Probably not very effectively. And if you're describing, maybe you're just describing scattered, and other person is saying, yeah, I know what you mean, and the conversation finishes. So basically, this question talks about building up the competencies for describing a scene. Now, as I mentioned, it will be a scene where the people will be crowded and they'll be doing something. So since the other person cannot see the picture, you have to describe in detail the components of this picture, what is happening. Now, let me come back to point number one, which are some things. So what are the some things that are happening? So if I see there is a car, there is a there is a bus here which has come to take the passengers on, and there are some people who are waiting. There are school kids, there are adults, and there is a girl with a dog walking past here. Now, these are the things happening. So what to say in the exam? So I would say that first thing that you can say is just to say that where it is. It is a picture of a bus stop. You can also talk about the time of the day. It seems like it is early morning and it just stopped raining. That's it. One sentence. And in the second sentence, you can see an overall statement. Whereas in overall statement, you can also say, if you see overall more people are waiting for the bus, you can say overall there are people standing and waiting for the next bus to come. You can also say overall there are 7 people. You can see 7 people, a dog, a bus, and a shed that you can see in this thing. So these two elements should be very short. This should be short, not very detailed, and just be introducing where is the scene and what is the overall thing, what are the overall things that are happening there. Now, this should be done basically in first 7 to 8 seconds. Then we come to some things. So as using a rule of 3, I would group it. So I can make 3 groups of people. So one group of people, I can talk about this. And the second group of people that I can talk is, it can be these people because they are under the shed. And then third group of people can be these ones here. So this is what rule of 3 says. Then it will become very easy for you to manage and handle. Now, after that, so this is the first part. And the second part will be, you will try to create 3 groups. 3 groups of people, or maybe you can also say it's bus and a dog, depending on whatever you see. So try to make 3 groups. This will give you a systematic understanding of how to organize your thoughts. And after that 3 groups, then you again, as my master program, I will be asking you to consider 3 things, 3 elements, 3 important things that you need to consider. And what are those 3 things? Those 3 things are, number 1, when you're saying, the question is what is happening? So you might say, well, I'm going to extreme left now. I'm saying, well, there is a lady who is walking her dog. Now you use the word lady and walking her dog. So is it complete? Not at all. So is it like band CLB 9? It will be just CLB 4 or 5. So what are the 3 things that can take you to CLB 9 is, number 1, you will give the location of the person who you are talking about. Where is that person? And location, when you are giving, it will help the examiner to identify, can you use proper prepositions of location? So that is your point number 1. You have to say where the location is. Number 2, you will say, you would have to identify the person that you are saying. Maybe number 1, you can say male or female, lady, younger man, or, you can simply also say there is a person. But how would you identify that person? By saying that what color of clothes that person is wearing, that color of clothes, because you are telling it to somebody who is not able to see the picture. So what is the color of the clothes that the person is wearing, so that you give the other person on the other side some of the specifications of who you are talking, so that the person can create an imprint in his or her head. So if you're talking about this lady, first you will talk about, so we are talking about this lady. So we'll talk about where she is location, what color clothing is she wear, and the third thing that you are going to say here is that what action she is doing. So what action? So action means what is happening in the picture, what is the person doing. So this part, action. So these three things, and when you tell, you will see that you are giving a very clear description of the scene and what is happening, where it is happening, and who is doing that activity. So location, color, and action. So you have to talk about LCA. So you can create this formula LCA. So location, color of clothes, and action. Now, let me go back to this lady. Now, I would say where it is happening, number one, sorry, for number one, where it is happening, you will say, well, this is a scene of a bus stop. Overall, there are about 7 people, and it seems like that the rain just stopped a while ago. There are many people waiting for the bus, and let me tell you that on the extreme left side, which I'm talking about is location, on the extreme left side of the picture behind the shed. So I use 2 locations to give more details of where the person is. So on the extreme left of the picture, behind the shed, there is a young lady in red top and beige capri with black footwear, and she has golden hair and a pony. She is walking her dog. So walking her dog is the action. Now, once you finish this one, and then you will say, because we created this group, you'll say, I also see another man near the shed, waiting shed, a person with yellow t-shirt, brown trousers. He's holding an open book and seems he's walking and reading both the things he's doing at this time. So what did I use? I used location, color of clothes, and action that one is doing. So now our one group is over. Now we move on to the second group. I also see 2 people under the shed. There is a gentleman in blue shirt and blue jeans, folding his hands, leaning against the pole of the shed, and he looks a little bit anxious or bored, as it seems that he has been waiting for a bus for a pretty long time. And next to her, there is a bench. So next to her is a location. There is a bench. So I'm describing what is there. A lady with brown hair, magenta t-shirt, and a beige pant is waiting for the bus to open, and seems like she looked at her watch, and she also carries a purse which is sitting just next to her, and she's waiting. So waiting is she's doing action. Now, if you see that you are able to speak about 2 groups of people, and your running bar is going, let us say only 13 seconds are left or 10 seconds are left, to start, don't wait for that, don't get nervous, start talking about the third group. You say, I also see a group of 3 school kids right next to the bus that must have arrived a few minutes ago, and they are young school going kids. There are 2 girls wearing school uniform with green top and burgundy skirt. Both of them are, in a mischievous mode, and a girl in the middle with black pony is sticking something into the backpack of the other girl who has yellow hair. So now you're still waiting, the time is over or not. So I'm pretty sure the time would be over. So don't worry if the third person is not able to be spoken, because it will not be possible to speak all the things. It said some things. So in some things, even if you are able to group it and you are able to say that, they will be able to see that location is being mentioned, color clothing is mentioned, and action is being mentioned. So these are the 3 components of this question: describing a scene, describe some things that are happening in the picture below as well as you can. The person with whom you are speaking cannot see the picture. So basically, they are measuring your describing skills.